GM HODL fam, welcome back. Part 2, talking about Artifact, one of the most established brands and companies in the NFT space. Looking forward to talk about CloX and a lot more today. Button, what are your thoughts and how are you doing?
What up, Kucho? Yeah, I'm pretty excited to discuss. There's just so much in the artifact ecosystem that CloneX definitely deserves a full 10-minute focus. And yeah, last we left off was talking about how they were releasing the mint files, and it leads perfectly into what are the CloneXs and where are we going from there.
Yeah, so I think a good way to start is showing the site. So there are a couple of like really innovative things about this. So first of all, this is an avatar collection, 20,000 cutting edge avatars that Artifact designed. There are different DNAs that are represented in the collection, as well as I think they have like 400 or so different traits in the collection as well. Something that's also really cool about it is they actually partnered with Takashi Murakami, like one of the most established contemporary artists in the world, that actually partnered with Artifact on the drop. He designed several traits for the collection. There are about 3,000 of the 20,000 avatars that have his traits. Those are also called Murakami Trip Clone Acts. And then they also created a DNA that is specifically for Murakami. And that's actually the second rarest DNA in the collection. There are less than 100 of those. So anyone that minted a Murakami DNA, yeah, you should probably play the lottery next, because that's a big win right there.
Yeah, Kucho,
Button
why don't
sub,
you show
yeah.
the clone X's? I mean, the Takashi Murakami, for those of you who are unfamiliar with him, he is one of the top mainstream artists. A lot of people recognize his work when they see it out in the public. He has a lot of, like, he's known for these flowers is probably the main image that he's known for, but they're always bright and colorful. And when you see them, you're like, oh, that's clearly Takashi Murakami. These are examples where you're seeing his little influence in it. So he's done different art pieces. This is him making fashion with digital images, which are the CloneX community. And yeah, like Kucho said, there's so many different DNAs from humans to robots to Kucho now wearing on his beautiful face. He is a reptile, which is a rare one, and 20,000 of them. You get the opportunity to get one currently for the floor price is about 5 to 6 ETH. But if you were lucky enough to have one of the Clone X NFT or one of the Artifact NFTs previously, you could get up to 3 mint vowels for a price of 0.05. So compare where the price was at mint to where the price is today. It's an incredible ROI. Anyone who was able to get one must be very, very grateful for the opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah. And they said right from the beginning, they said, hey, this is not going to be your traditional PFP project. You already can see it on the website, right? We have like this 3D character, so this 3D Connect here. And that's something that they announced right from the beginning. They said, hey, don't think of this as a 2D PFP collection. You're actually going to be able to own these avatars. There's going to be ways for you to use them in virtual worlds, to customize them, etc. So this got a lot of attention, like in the NFT space, but also beyond. But then there was a huge news event. Like this was, I think, looking back, Bud and I, we've both been for 2 years in the NFT space, and I think this is probably one of the biggest NFT events that ever happened. And this was Nike's acquisition of Artifact. Button, what are your thoughts, and how was that day for you?
Yeah, definitely. It makes top two of the biggest Web3 NFT announcements of all time. This wasn't that Artifact is partnering with Nike. This is Nike acquired Artifact. And when they made that announcement, they placed the Artifact logo on the same level as at this point, Jordan is a luxury brand and Converse. And there's Nike and there's Artifact. And it's very exciting to see what they're going to build out of this. It demonstrates that they're leaning into Web3. Nike's also filed for quite a few patents in Web3 with regards to digital fashion. And so it was a huge step forward. And as soon as that's announced, I mean, everyone at this point, we see with stock market, when they're doing some big acquisition, some big announcement, you see the stock goes up. Same thing happened for CloneX's. As soon as this announcement happened, boom, man, the floor was going like crazy. Very, very exciting. And honestly, like it's been a long time since, it peaked out to a crazy height. And a large part of that is because they got Nike's resources to continue to grow and build. And they've been doing an excellent job.
100%. Yeah. And since then, I mean, they've also done some amazing new collections and NFTs that they've minted. And how they typically release NFTs, you can kind of think of it like tree branches a little bit. So if you look back at CloneX, Button talked about if you own one of the original artifact NFTs, you were able to claim 3 of the CloneX mint vials. And then, since the CloneX release, they have done several airdrops for the CloneX holders. So again, following that mechanism, hey, if you are the holder, you're gonna be part of what we're doing next. And there are a couple of things that they've done that particularly stand out. One is that they are building out kind of their own virtual world. And this is in collaboration with On Cyber. And what is really cool with this is that right from the beginning, so you got airdrop, which is called like a space pod, which is your own room in the metaverse that you can customize. So you can put up NFTs on the wall. You can already now like meet people there through voice chat. And the vision is that in the future, you might be able to just put on VR glasses and actually feel like you're in your space pod with others and hang out with people. So really excited about that. And then they actually did another airdrop that came for spaceport holders. Button, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, this is just an addition. So at your apartment, you have a door, and the big announcement was now you have a loot. Like, it's a place for you to store your goods, whether it's your 3D digital goods or your art pieces. And it's huge. It's a big room. And it also included the Nike Jordan artifact and Converse logo, which was a great step forward. The vision, I believe, is that eventually not only will you be able to hang out in these rooms together with others in like a metaverse, but you will be able to be like your CloneX. So Kucho could be running around in his CloneX outfit, looking like a reptile, hanging out with all the other CloneXs, throwing a party. All different types of opportunities can come out of this. And this was a pretty amazing airdrop that demonstrated their vision towards the future.
Perfect. Yeah, and then they did another airdrop, which is this box called the Monolith. And people got super excited about this right out of the gate. And the main reason was also because, as you can see, it has the Nike logo at one end. So this is the first official Nike NFT that actually got airdropped to CloneX holders. And so in the beginning, this was a closed box. It was a quest. So they also always engage their community in these quests. It's important for them to like gamify their releases and also educate people along the way. And then when it got released, what came out is a crypto dunk. And a crypto dunk, this is a super innovative way of looking at sneakers. So Button, let me play this video and go ahead and share more about it.
Yeah, so there's 3 items that ended up being inside of the monolith box. One is the crypto dunk that's demonstrated right there. And then the other item that came with it that complements this dunk is a mint vial. And you can see that the mint vial inserts into the crypto dunk, which enables you to have a more customized crypto dunk depending on what skin vial you have. So like we mentioned earlier, there's a variety of DNAs associated with CloneX's. Same with the skin vials. So you didn't know which one you would open. Ideally, you'd get the most rare one, which would be the aliens, which there's less than 50 of them in existence. And then you would get a digital version of the shoe. And you can stack multiple skin vials to make it even a higher level version of the shoe. And it's a really cool mechanic that they have given heavy clues. And I think at this point, it seems like it's definitely going to be forgeable in the future, where in exchange for holding those NFTs, you'll be able to get the physical shoe associated with those NFTs. What does that look like? We're yet to see, because the truth is the Cryptokick, it shows a soft, almost like a screen on it that's like meshable, and it's an amazing idea to think that you could have screens on your shoe that can change and adapt. That would be amazing, but is the technology there? We're yet to find out, but I'm very excited about these.
Yeah, that's really cool. And like you said, so this is likely to be their new, or one of their ecosystems. And I paused the video here because this is what you can see. So if you probably what's going to happen in this case, like if you apply one of the demon skin vials to the shoe, you get one version, but then you're going to be able to build onto that. So here, for example, you can see the demon Evo 2. So people are speculating that that might be the shoe if you apply 2 demon skin vials to a crypto dunk. And then also the DNA collection was just their first collection. So there's probably going to be a lot more collabs and other types of skin vials that will be developed for that. So really exciting and innovative stuff.
Yeah, the last thing that was in that monolith box is another monolith box, which implies that there's going to be another round of quests. I believe they're starting soon, and then we'll find out what's going to be in that box. It's going to be it's the NFT gift that keeps on giving. It's a surprise and delight moment, and I'm looking forward to it.
For sure. The last thing I would mention, because this is the most recent thing, actually in the description below, we link a video where we talk about that in detail. But this was the first forging season that they created for the Clone X. So they created 10 fashion collections. 8 of the collections were for the different 8 DNAs of the Clone X. And then they had one specifically for all Murakami drip holders, and then one general Clone X collection. And the only way you were able to access these collections was if you actually own the corresponding Clone X that represents that DNA. So another way in which they really innovate in terms of fashion drops, because they really see their holders not as consumers, but more as distributors. And in that drop, you were actually able to claim 2 of each fashion items of the collection that you had access to. And I would say the second thing that they innovated is through the NFC technology. So you're able to claim the physical counterpart. And then once you have the physical, you're going to be able to connect the NFT actually to the physical, which will allow you to authenticate the physical. And it might even give you access to things like events or so. So that's still to be seen in the future. But yeah, just another way in which they've been innovating. Button, what are your closing thoughts on Artifact?
I think that Artifact's done such an incredible job of managing these digital goods, distributing them, rewarding collectors, and they are the leaders in getting digital fashion into the real world. And with Nike, I don't know what could stop them from being able to really continue to take the lead position and do more incredible, innovative things that we can't even think about at this point.
Very well said, Button. Awesome. So thanks everyone for tuning in. If you missed our first part, we dove into like the history behind Artifact. So make sure to check that out. It's also linked below. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps us out. So HODL fam, have a great rest of your day and see you next time. Cheers, everyone.